Welcome to Loose Laces. We're your hosts, Carlos Canizales, Zachary Shoemaker. And before we start our show today, we just want to give a quick shout out to SPG Inc. They're a local business that make custom shirts, logos, face masks, and so much more. They actually provided us with our logo, and we plan on collaborating with them on some merch in the near future. Go ahead and follow them on Instagram at SPGX Inc.
All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the biggest Astro news. They just came off of a two-game series with the Dodgers. Yeah, it was a tough series. Not something either of us would have predicted for sure.
Not at all, not at all.
It was the rematch since the World Series.
2017 was the last time that these two teams have seen each other, and I mean, if you've been living under a rock, you know there's some bad blood.
No, yeah, for
among
sure.
These teams.
But so the first game, we dropped it 5-2 thanks to a five run
runs
inning.
in the fifth inning.
Yeah, no,
it was
kind of jumped off when Bregman had that. I think the error ended up going to Maldonado actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was a grounder with 0 outs and a man on third, and Bregman got the ball. And I personally, when that play happened, I kind of freaked out. I was like, why didn't he throw it to second for the force out? But I mean, I get it. He was trying to, 0 points.
0 points,
Yeah. So he went out. He threw it out to home, but Maldonado wasn't able to hold it, and they got a run in with 0, and it took 4 more runs before
the floodgates opened
outs.
After that.
Yeah,
and
so
it just was a little bit too much for us to overcome.
Yeah, and they didn't even score again after that.
No, they didn't. It was. And we had multiple chances to do some damage. Yet.
No, yeah, and it's our. So the worst stat of the whole series, Bregman, Springer, and Altuve went 0-21 over 2 games.
3 hitters, you know what I'm saying? Luckily for us,
we can't have that.
Luckily for us, the remaining hitters on our lineup are holding it down with like Michael Brantley, Carlos Correa, even Josh Reddick every now and then saving us. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, Brantley is playing lights out right now. I think he's hitting over 400 at 23 at bats, which is absurd.
Keep it up, Bubba.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to make up for it. Bregman and Altuve, they're hitting 174 right now.
It's I honestly, people are gonna say, oh, it's guessing's harder than knowing, but honestly, I think it's something in their head, man.
Yeah.
I feel like
I hope it's just early season rust.
Exactly. They had a great, 4-month hiatus from when they were in spring training camp until now. So I just think it's something in their head. They gotta get that out. But hopefully this turns around.
But then the second game last night was extra inning thriller. It did make it to 13 innings, but
the first 13 innings of the 2020 season, I would say.
Yeah, and we dropped the game late. And honestly, I'm not a baseball connoisseur or aficionado, but why did Dusty Baker not call for one of his hitters to bunt with the man in scoring position?
I mean,
open?
You can also say that for the other Dodgers skipper as well. Neither team.
I know that was his excuse though. Is that it's literally Dusty Baker's quote is, "They didn't bunt, we didn't bunt, nobody bunted." When asked why not to bunt,
I feel like that's the only thing he can say back. But
Why do you need them to bunt first?
It honestly probably to give them the idea, because you might. It's an intense.
That's even worse.
I would just say it's an intense moment, bro.
I
have
know,
someone at second. It's just
watching from home.
I will say Mookie had me nervous in one moment. He knocked that shit out to give him a run in. Luckily, right after that, boom, bam, we're right there.
They ended up winning though 4-2.
Yeah.
So
I will say, one call that absolutely had me irritated was at the second base with Kike Hernandez.
Yeah, the ball.
Only good thing about him was his mustache.
They ended up reviewing the play because it was sort of bang bang. They said the ball, he didn't clutch down.
Unfortunately, the call was it was an out and there wasn't enough evidence.
Yeah, it was really kind of inconclusive. It was
2018 playoff vibes.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough call. I'll definitely say that. But so one of the biggest storylines to come out of this series, other than the stats that we've kind of just listed, Joe Kelly, the pitcher in the first game. Yeah, unless you've been living under a rock, we're going to go ahead and touch that story. So Joe Kelly goes down 3-0 to Bregman in the middle of the first game. And after going 3-0, you can kind of see the wheels turn in his head like, hey, if I'm going to walk him, might as well make it worth it. Yeah. So he goes ahead and tries to beat him in the head. And
90 plus 90 miles per hour
Right.
plus, you know what I'm saying, to the dome. Come on, Kelly.
So one could say with this pitcher is kind of notorious for missing the zone.
I mean, his window can attest for that.
Right, he did go viral during quarantine, knocking out of a window with it looked like a 20-foot net in front of him, but he missed the net. So, but what makes it even worse is that wasn't the only beamer that he threw. He right after he went after Correa.
Yeah.
And he ended up striking out Correa, but after the strikeout, him and Correa kind of had a little war of words. I believe it started when
Joe
Kelly
goes out
threw
to say,
the B word out at him.
Nice swing.
Yeah.
Killer B.
But so the benches did clear.
Yeah.
Nothing. No fists were thrown.
No fists were thrown.
Nobody
just a
was
lot of
ejected
talking,
outright.
Big chest, but it's something you don't want to see right now because of
yeah.
this pandemic
It's
that
not-
we're in. It's just
Any
normal day, throw it in
yeah,
hands,
throwing a
but-
ball like that is just not.
If
I don't know the unspoken rules of baseball and everything
Yeah.
like that, and I know it happens, but you
one
can't
thing
be sending
is-
90 million.
No, yeah, exactly. There is an unspoken rule that, go ahead and take them out, but it's usually on the first pitch, and it's usually in the back or the butt,
Yeah.
not 90 plus miles
At the
behind the
head.
head. Yeah, no.
So for
that, Joe Kelly.
Yeah, so for that, Joe Kelly got an 8-game suspension, which is pretty huge because in a regular season that would equal about 22 games.
Yeah, that is a good big chunk.
8 games in 60, that's a big chunk. He is appealing.
Yeah, he was available for game 2, but they never brought him out. The skipper for the Dodgers, he was suspended for 1 game.
And then Dusty Baker got fined an undisclosed amount, just for kind of later in the game he was throwing some words out of the dugout.
I mean, there was some words thrown out from both sides, but it just so happened to be Dusty was the loudest one in an empty arena,
especially with no fans. So
yeah.
But yeah, so the MLB sort of cracked down on that. I'm cool with it because if you didn't, then you're gonna have
you would have other
hero
teams.
pitchers
Yeah, exactly.
wanting to do the same thing. So
And
I'm glad that they
nipped
that in
in
the
the
bud
bud
before
real
it got
quick.
started.
Exactly.
But so after that Dodgers game,
from one LA team to the next LA team,
we're gonna move into
AL
previewing the
Western
series
Divisional
against
Series
the Angels.
against the Angels. It's going to be a 3-game series. My prediction is we'll have still 2 out of the 3. We are 3-3. LA is 2-4. I believe the Athletics are in between.
The Athletics
us.
are tied with us right now.
Oh, they're tied with us.
3.
Mhm.
Us and the Athletics are tied for first place. So this Angels game is going to be big.
Deciding factor.
Ohtani has he started out slow but caught into his groove, and of course there's you can't say enough about Mike Trout, but this is a team that right now we can beat, and especially after coming out of that disappointing Dodgers series.
Oh yeah, I feel like they're going to use that.
We need
to
this
either
series.
Fuel them, not to mention hopefully utilize a bunt for the next time.
Yeah, I
situation.
hope Bregman, Altuve, Springer, I hope they kind of use this series to really hone in and start getting some bat on some balls, man.
Yeah, I will say that.
Some hits.
Just because without our main man Jordan Alvarez in the DH spot, so the back of that line can't hold them on forever.
Yeah, speculation is that Jordan will be back for the next home game. That is sort of what
Can't wait to see you, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. We really need it. Like I said earlier, Bregman Altuve 174. Yeah,
Let's move on from that.
yeah, on that note. So before we move on from baseball, we're gonna go ahead just some other kind of news and notes around the league.
Yeah.
So the biggest one for me, my Mets finally got a good
good New York team to me.
Finally a good little win in dramatic fashion, in extra innings. Honestly, I love the Mets, but I can see now I understand New York fans and why they're so crazy. This team is up and down. But anyway, I'll move off from the Mets. But,
right on. Another major news around the league is that Juan Soto was cleared.
Okay, so he's back from his because he tested positive for Corona on opening day.
Unfortunately, but now he's cleared, and hopefully he'll be back on that lineup doing some damage that he's been doing for the last year.
Yeah. And then one real, I guess, sort of surprise early in the season, the Rockies, man. Colorado Rockies, 4-1. They are actually first in their division.
I like that.
Yeah, I know.
4-1. Is there anyone I don't think there's anyone above them in the Nationals with a better record, is there?
No, that's that's the National League's best record. It's actually tied for the best record in baseball with the Minnesota Twins.
The Minnesota Twins, another team that I saw them beat up. I believe it was the Orioles, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they had Boston first too.
They had a couple 10-run games.
Yeah,
man, they're
hitting right now.
They're trying to get that record again from the 2019.
Yeah,
team
go ahead and
runs.
beat their own record.
Beat their own record. I like that. Why not?
But no, so in the NL though, we're kind of rooting for the Rockies because right now they are in first place over the Dodgers in the division. So if we can just get some Rockies wins the whole season, they're on a 4-game winning streak. If we can get them going, man, and they can sort of take that division from the Dodgers, I'm all for it, man.
I'm all for seeing Dodgers lose. I have too much family in LA, and I'm tired of hearing it.
Yeah, but all right. So I guess that's pretty much going to wrap it up on baseball. But before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to one of our sponsors. Fellas, if you're going brain dead on a gift for that significant other in your life, we've got just the business for you. Flowers by Taylor is a locally owned floral arrangements business located in League City that provides delivery orders throughout the South Houston area. The positive reviews have been stacking up, and this is the gal to get in touch with for all your floral needs. You can contact her and place your orders at flowersbytaylor.com or even call at 281-815-2051 for service inquiries.
And then from there, we're going to jump into what's popping today.
Absolutely.
What's finally back today.
Yeah, so we have tip-off tonight. Tip-off. Got some real basketball.
Since March
basketball.
11th. Bubble Madness.
Yes.
It feels like a damn NCAA tournament.
It really kind of feels like
every
that.
Every day. I love it.
I'm stoked on it.
I can't get
if you
more
can't tell, we're
hyped.
We're stoked.
We're stoked. Breaking in new words.
But to start, we'll go ahead and catch up on all the little things that have kind of happened in the preseason
games.
That
they've had.
Sort of the funniest and I guess the most recent kind of story was the Lou Williams for the Clippers. He went ahead and
Magic City.
Yeah. So he went to Atlanta, Georgia, to the actual reason it was to go to a funeral.
He had an excuse absent. He was going to a family member. Unfortunately, we don't know what happened, but he was attending a funeral.
But he ended up going viral, and I think it was either a video or an image in the Magic City strip club.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
It was Magic City strip club, one of the more well-known strip clubs in Atlantic City or in Atlanta, and so. Yeah, there's a picture of him, which his team is trying to deny, yet he has the bubble mask, which is like, how is this an old picture? Yeah. And my thing is, apparently their food, margin is higher, so they're open. They're an essential business. And
so, I mean, when you got wings named after Lou Williams, you're probably doing something right.
Yeah,
his Lou Williams lemon pepper barbecue. So next time we're in Atlanta, we definitely gotta
try that out.
Magic City, just for the food though.
Just for the food. Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
else. We're only going for the food.
That's all we do here.
But and some more bad news for the Clippers. They're also gonna miss tonight Montrezl Harrell, who left the bubble to attend a family matter, and it's kind of I'm pretty sure when he gets back, he's going to be quarantined.
Yeah, he has to. So
that's going to be more games.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he's going to miss for sure the tip-off of tonight. Mm-hmm. We don't know how many more games he might miss. It could be anywhere from 2 to 4 max.
Yeah.
So we'll have to watch out on that. Another team that they have high hopes of, Victor Oladipo coming back.
The Pacers, yeah.
The Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming closer to his decision of whether or not he's going to return. He has been in some of the scrimmages this preseason, but it's still up to him to...
gruesome injury. I don't know if it was last season?
It was his last season,
his kneecap basically shattered.
Yeah,
unfortunately. So I'm excited for him.
What's wrong over there in Indiana, man? How do you get those gruesome injuries? And
it is pretty tough. But if he comes back, I am excited because that Pacers team, it could be a sneaky team.
Yeah.
Brogdon, Oladipo. Who knows, man?
Who knows? That in this day and age, nothing is really a surprise.
Right.
So,
especially it's all up for grabs right now.
It really
8
is.
seeding games. Your record before doesn't really matter.
Who said it best? I think it was Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible. So,
but And before we move on, we just gotta spotlight
we need a tall spotlight.
the new Rookie of the Year candidate,
Shout
Mr.
out.
Bull.
Bull, like
Denver
father,
Nuggets.
like son,
they went
dog.
ahead and broke out the tallest ball lineup you could have in a scrimmage game.
Yeah, I will say they had Nicholas Joker at the point guard position.
At PG, man.
Oh my goodness! I will say, seeing him throw some dimes, and some of
he's
them are
always
hidden.
been an assist machine.
Oh no, he is a triple double machine.
Yeah,
but the fact that he's the one, controlling everything.
Yeah. But I mean, my man Bull, he had a
force.
block. Told Jokic no. He passed on Jokic calling for the ball, and then drew up from three.
This
Same
man,
sequence.
I cannot wait to see what he does.
He played so well. He got drug tested after the game.
He did. Yeah,
It's literally.
they did.
He got. This is
Usually,
not
right
exaggerating.
after a game, you go
The
to a
press
reporter.
couldn't get to him because he had to take a drug test for the NBA. We're not joking. This is real.
These are facts.
And then, so I guess on the point of Joker moving to point guard, there's another positional move during this scrimmage series. Ben Simmons of the Sixers.
That's
He is
very true,
now
yeah.
no longer a point guard. He's going to
No.
be playing the 4 spot, power forward, I believe.
I think which best fits him. He's a big ass dude.
Yeah, no, and it looks like he was actually hitting threes in the scrimmages, so
We'll see
we
if
might
that,
see some wing.
converts into the actual season.
If Ben Simmons gets right, the Sixers are a scary team. The
Oh,
Sixers
yeah.
are a
They're-
very scary team, especially if
Joel,
Embiid is playing correctly.
Tobias, Ben, they will be a very good threat to the Milwaukee Bucks, I will say.
So from no more preseason news, we don't have to talk about preseason anymore.
Just in the past, dog.
So we're gonna go into our quick picks for the opening tip-off tonight. So the first game is Pelicans Jazz. So who do you have, Los?
honestly, I had the Utah Jazz.
Utah. Okay.
Yeah. In the beginning, I had Pelicans, but after seeing, everything, and not to mention Zion just getting back,
Right. Yeah.
I just feel like Utah has more time together in the bubble to mesh, get their chemistry back together. Hopefully, Rudy and Mitchell kind of, squash whatever was going on. And I do have them winning. It will be a close game. It was honestly a toss-up. I don't know.
Yeah, this is one of the tougher games to pick. I'm sticking with the Pellies.
Okay.
I know Zion's a game time decision, but I think I still don't know how that COVID thing with Rudy Gobert and Donovan
their chemistry,
Mitchell.
it could have been very,
Don't know if that's going to translate to the floor.
Mhm.
So, and I feel like Ingram, Ball, Drew Holiday, they were playing great before the hiatus.
Yeah.
And they might, and Zion's just that extra cherry on top.
It's literally, they have such a great core, and like you said, they have Drew, they have Ingram, they have Ball, they have not Redick. Redick.
Oh, they do have Redick. Yeah.
They just have such a great core. They just need that superstar to put them over. And with
This could
Zion,
be, if they get their stuff together, it could be one of those scary teams. And the NBA definitely did them a favor with their schedule, trying to get Zion in the playoffs. So, it could happen. And so that's why I definitely have the Pellies winning tonight.
Yeah.
And then, so the second game of the night, the nightcap, the marquee matchup that everybody's been waiting for.
About. Yeah, exactly.
We've got LA versus LA, pretty much a Western Conference Finals preview, possibly. And with that, yeah, I forgot. The Rockets are in the West, right? But so going back to that game though, I have the Lakers winning. Like we mentioned earlier, Montrezl Harrell, their big is gone for the Clippers. Lou Williams, he's going to be missing 2 games.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to agree with you as well. We don't always agree, but when we do, we like to high five.
LeBron, AD, Rondo, Caruso. Rondo's out, so yeah.
Caruso, the phenom from A&M, my guy.
Even Kuzma. Kuzma's been balling out. Oh, shoot. And JaVale McGee. I forgot all about JaVale McGee.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they also have one of the Marcus.
Morris.
Morris, yeah.
And then Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight.
And they've been, like, pretty much all the social media scrimmage kind of preseason stuff I saw, they were just jamming together, man. Like,
yeah.
I've been following.
It's scary to see LeBron go down the court. You have AD on one side, you got Dwight on the other side.
That is a really gnarly team. It's not shocking that they're definitely one of the top teams that people have going to the finals this year. But yeah, so we both
Western
said
Conference Finals, dog.
right. But so with that, we're gonna go ahead and preview tomorrow's matchup, the Rockets' first game versus the Mavs. So
Shout out!
yeah, finally some Rockets basketball. We're excited. So before the hiatus, they split their series 1-1. This is definitely gonna be. This is a good matchup for the Rockets.
Yeah, because I want to say the first game that they did get us, it was with our old, crew.
But pre-small ball.
Pre-small ball. We still had Clint and everything. The second time, if I'm not mistaken, no. So sorry. Before the bubble, we haven't seen them with our small ball. So they haven't seen us yet.
We haven't played them small ball yet.
That's right. So this is going to be a good test. I would like to see Luka versus James. Going to be a great
that's
battle.
really going to be the matchup is who has the better game right there. I think Luka or Harden. And then we can't forget the
unicorn?
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis.
I believe he wasn't playing the first time we seen them. And so this is going to be the second time that we see them because we saw them the first game, they won. He wasn't in the second time. He was in there. We won. Or we lost the first one. We won the second one. And this is going to be the first time that I want to say that Kristaps has seen our small ball.
Yeah,
so hopefully we run around them. And
I'm super excited to see this matchup. My only kind of worry is I'm a little sleeper diamond in the rough. Willie Cauley-Stein, man. If he goes up and puts 15 points up or something like that, I think that could be worrisome.
That'd be the deciding factor.
Yeah, that could be worrisome.
Yeah,
but no, we both. I think we both got the Rockets going on, winning this one. But yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a tough game, and I'm excited that they gave us this tough matchup in the first place, so that way we can kind of knock off the rest.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
a nice little examining bar where we're at.
And so with that, we're going to go into our newest segment, one of our segments. We've got best bets. So over the weekend, we went and we looked at all the sort of wagers and prop bets around basketball, and both of us picked our best bets for this weekend. So what you got for your best bet?
So my best bet for the weekend, I'm going to say do the money line 76ers over Pacers this Saturday.
Yeah, so
it's minus 230. It was one of the, because there was a lot of games this weekend, man. A lot of them were very close, nail-biters that I couldn't just say, this is a for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a good week
of
basketball.
Very good week. But once I saw that Philly versus Pacers, the way that we don't know if Victor's going to come back, and if he does come back, the chemistry in there, we don't know how good that's going to be. And like you said, with Ben going to the 4, the big three of Philly is just...
76ers are a scary team.
Yeah, I will say. What about yourself? What's your best bet?
So my best bet this week actually is tonight. With all the turmoil kind of going down in LA with the Clippers, I think the best bet is just go ahead and take that money line. Yeah, definitely go ahead and take that money line with the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Take the Lakers over, and let's see. Right now, it is at minus 210 Lakers. So yeah,
Lakers, right on.
Definitely want to go ahead and put the money on that. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and
give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, R&R Craft House Grill. If you've ever been to the Cypress area and need a good place to relax with family or even just enjoy a nice cocktail, R&R Craft House Grill is located off of Malcolmson and Louetta Road. They are a locally owned craft burgers and craft beer joint that has grown quite popular over the last 3 years for their amazing burgers. Pop in any day from the week from 11 to 9.
All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead into the last sport of the night with NFL news. So kind of the biggest news of the week, a lot of players have been opting out for the season.
Understandable.
Pretty much the team that's kind of had the most players is the Patriots. They lost,
I would say,
5 or 6 players.
Out of all the teams who got hit the most of people opting out, it would be the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots.
They lost, what was it, their...
Hightower. Hightower. One of the best linebackers in the league.
Yeah.
Patrick Chung, one of the best DBs in the league. They lost Marcus Gannon, one of their O-linemen. It's definitely tough, especially... they just brought in Cam.
I was excited to see Cam
there
in
was some
this
high
system.
hopes.
I want to see, what he can do, and the fact that they're giving him a beat up vehicle.
But it's the Patriots, so if any team's gonna be able to pull through, it's gonna be them.
Oh boy, Bill gonna find someone from Mickey D's, be like, hey, you're my new wide receiver.
Yeah, he'll find a lacrosse player. And then So other big news, kind of good for the Texans, especially week 1. Damian Williams, the leading rusher for the Chiefs, he opted out recently. So that's going to be tough for them.
Tough for them, good for us. But at the same time, I don't like facing anyone when there's someone missing, because you always have that one fan, you only won because so-and-so wasn't there. Well,
yeah.
Let's go full strength, and then we'll see what happens, you know?
But, and then I think the latest notable name was Nate Solder. He actually sourced that his son is battling cancer, so he's also had cancer.
Yeah. So no, you know,
he didn't feel the risk was worth it, and he decided to opt out for the sake of his family. So he's not going to be there for the Giants.
Understandable.
But so on to a little bit more positive news. The NFL released the top 100, the annual list that is voted on by players, and so there were some notable things on this list. Kind of, my biggest thing is they put Brady at 14, I think. So there were 6 quarterbacks ahead of Watson.
Yeah.
Which,
I would have liked him to be in the top 5. Putting him at 7 because there were 6 in front of him, it was kind of like.
Yeah, I think he's better than Brady. I don't want to say Rodgers.
I would say he's better than Drew Brees.
Maybe Brees, yeah.
It's the Tom and Drew for me.
Yeah, for me, I didn't like Tom. And then another thing that jumped out to me, they had Julio Jones as the 3rd best receiver.
3rd?
It was Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, and Julio. I think Julio's the best in the league, and it's not even close.
See, my thing is Julio. He's had a great QB for a long time.
Right, but who else has been catching? He gets tripled every game.
That's true.
I don't think that's the receiver I would want.
So what would you have done? Would you have put Julio number 1 and just put everyone down?
Yeah, I think so, because with Michael Thomas and D-Hop right now, it's a toss-up for me. I think they're both extremely good players.
My one argument there is switch their QBs and see who has the same amount of production, or who does better. That's my one thing, just because Michael has had that consistent QB for how long, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
he's had it forever.
Like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, we've only had Deshaun, or D-Hop has only had Deshaun for what, maybe 2 seasons?
That is a fair point.
You know what I'm saying? So D-Hop's been, with Hoyers of the world, you know what I'm saying?
Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, so
Osweiler. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and move on.
One thing I would want to note on this top 100 list is one of my favorite wide receivers, Larry Legend.
Oh, right. Yes. Gotta give a clap out to him.
My man has made the list every year.
The only non-quarterback to make the list every year that it's been around. I think it's been 9 or 10 years.
Low-key, every year that I played fantasy, I've always picked up
He
Larry.
still has more tackles than he has drop passes. It's insane.
But Hall of Famer there.
Yeah, Larry Legend. So that's going to be pretty much it for us today. We're going to see you guys next week and recap all the news in baseball and basketball. But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and give one last quick shout out to one of our sponsors.
Shout out.
CMC Services, located off of 45 in Rayford, and has been helping their local community for the last 25 years, providing services ranging from public notary to defensive driving to even real estate. You can go ahead and give them a call or stop in Monday through Saturday from 10 to 5, and their number is 281-719-0881. And with that, we're going to go ahead and let y'all get back to all those amazing baseball and basketball games that we finally have.
I'm trying to get out of here and watch these games.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Basketball's back. We are ready, guys. Thanks so much. We're going to catch y'all next time. See ya.
Have a good one.